Revere the ultimate power in the universe. This is what makes use of all things and directs all things. But similarly, revere the ultimate power in yourself. This is akin to that other power in you too. This is what makes use of all else. And your life is governed by it. What is not harmful to the city does not harm the citizen either. Whenever you imagine you have been harmed, apply this criterion. If the city is not harmed by this, then I have not been harmed either. If on the other hand harm is done to the city, you should not be angry, but demonstrate to the doer of this harm that he has failed to see himself. Reflect often on the speed with which all things in being, or coming into being, are carried past and swept away. Existence is like a river in ceaseless flow, its actions a constant succession of change, its causes innumerable in their variety. Scarcely anything stands still. Even what is most immediate. Reflect too on the yawning gulf of past and future time, in which all things vanish. So in all this it must be folly for anyone to be puffed with ambition, racked in struggle, or indignant at his lot, as if this was anything lasting or likely to trouble him for long. Think of the whole of existence, of which you are the tiniest part. Think of the whole of time, in which you have been assigned a brief and fleeting moment. Think of destiny. What fraction of that are you? Another does wrong. What is that to me? Let him see to it. He has his own disposition, his own action. I have now what universal nature wishes me to have now, and I do what my own nature wishes me to do now. The directing and sovereign part of your soul must stay immune to any current in the flesh, either smooth or troubled, and keep its independence. It must define its own sphere and confine those affections to the parts they affect. When though, as must happen in a composite unity, these affections are transmitted to the mind along the reverse route of sympathy, then you must not try to deny the perception of them. But your directing mind must not of itself add any judgment of good or bad. Live with the gods. He lives with the gods who consistently shows them his soul, content with its lot, and performing the wishes of that divinity, that fragment of himself which Zeus has given each person to guard and guide him. In each of us, this divinity is our mind and reason. Are you angry with the man who smells like a goat, or the one with foul breath? What will you have him do? That's the way his mouth is. That's the way his armpits are. So it is inevitable that they should give out odors to match. But the man is endowed with reason, you say, and if he puts his mind to it, he can work out why he causes offense. Well, good for you. So you too are no less endowed with reason. Bring your rationality, then, to bear on his rationality. Show him, tell him, if he listens, you will cure him. And no need for anger, neither hypocrite nor whore. You can live here in this world just as you intend to live when you have left it. But if this is not allowed you, then you should depart life itself. But not as if there were some misfortune. The fire smokes, and I leave the house. Why think this any big matter? But as long as no such thing drives me out, I remain a free man, and no one will prevent me doing what I wish to do. And my wish is to follow the nature of a rational and social being. The intelligence of the whole is a social intelligence. Certainly it has made the lower for the sake of the higher, and set the higher in harmony with each other. You can see how it has subordinated some creatures, coordinated others, given each its proper place, and brought together the superior beings in unity of mind. How have you behaved up to now towards gods, parents, brothers, wife, children, teachers, tutors, friends, relations, servants? Has your principle up to now with all of these been say no evil, do no evil? Remind yourself what you have been through and had the strength to endure, that the story of your life is fully told and your service completed. How often you have seen beauty, disregarded pleasure and pain, foregone glory, and been kind to the unkind. Why do unskilled and ignorant minds confound the skillful and the wise? Well, what is the mind of true skill and wisdom? It is the mind which knows the beginning and the end, and knows the reason which informs all of existence, and governs the whole in appointed cycles through all eternity. In no time at all, ashes or bare bones, a mere name or not even a name, and if a name, only sound and echo, the prizes of life, empty, rotten, puny, puppies snapping at each other, children squabbling, laughter turning straight to tears, and faith, honour, justice and truth fled up to Olympus from the wide earth. So what is there left to keep us here? If the objects of sense are ever changeable and unstable, if our senses themselves are blurred and easily smudged like wax, if our very soul is a mere exhalation of blood, if succession is such a word in vacuous, what then? A calm wait for whatever it is, either extinction or translation. And until the time for that comes, what do we need? Only to worship and praise the gods, and to do good to men, to bear and forbear, and to remember that all that lies within the limits of our poor carcass, and our little breath is neither yours nor in your power. You can always ensure the right current to your life if you first follow the right path. If, that is, your judgments and your actions follow the path of reason, there are two things common to the souls of all rational creatures. God or man, they are immune to all external impediment, and the good they seek resides in just a disposition and just action. With this the limit of their desire. If this is no wrongdoing of mine, nor the result of any wrong done to me, and if the community is not harmed, then why do I let it trouble me? And what is the harm that can be done to the community? Don't let the impression of others' people's grief carry you away indiscriminately. Help them, yes, as best you can, and as the case deserves. even if their grief is for the loss of something indifferent. But do not imagine their loss as any real harm. That is the wrong way of thinking. Rather, you should be like the old man in the play, who reclaimed at the end his foster child's favourite toy, never forgetting that it was only a toy. So there you are, broadcasting your pity on the hustings. Have you forgotten, man, what these things are worth? Yes, but they are important to these folks. Yes, but they are important to these folk. Is that any reason for you to join their folly? There was a time when I met luck at every turn. But luck is the good fortune you determine for yourself, and good fortune consists in good inclinations of the soul, good impulses, good actions.